Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle, and we are having coffee. And this is always the message love more. There's zero downside to that. As many of you listen to me know. So today is about narcissism. So many people are under the influence, have been under the influence, or still suffering from the influence of a narcissist. Yesterday's Louise Hay calendar advice was no matter what my age, now is the time to live it up and acknowledge my self worth. A narcissist does not want, um, sorry, got a text. A narcissist does not want you to know your self-worth. They don't really have any idea of who they are without the outside ones. So the only way they can be comfortable is for you to believe that without them in your life, that you're nothing. The self-worth is up a lot now because we can't do anyone else's bidding. We can't change for anyone else. I wanted to read what the definition. Excessive interest in or admiration of oneself and one physical appearance. Now that's dangerously close to loving yourself, but this says selfishness involving a sense of entitlement, a lack of empathy, and a need for admiration as characterizing a personality type. That lack of empathy is the key to the narcissist that is destructive, that many of you have lived with. So the angels, guides, companions wanted to come in today to talk to us a little bit more about that. So the uh, wisdom of the oracle cards and regeneration. It's about bringing in the new aspects of you that, it's fall right now and things are beginning to deteriorate. Leaves are falling, things, the plants are beginning to die. They're going into a phase of dormancy, kind of where we have been. Maybe for many of you, it is what you're entering in right now too. That dying away of the old self, the who you were when you lived with this narcissist or were married to this narcissist or had this narcissist in your family that exerted a great deal of influence. It is the time of letting go of that, letting go of the leaves, being in the autumn of your regeneration time. We must let go in order to bring through the new. So, what does that look like for you? It means cutting ties in any way you are able. No one else deserves you. And that meaning that they have no right to demand anything of you that you don't willingly and lovingly want to give them. If there is someone that is telling you you have to be this way, you have to do this for them, you're not anything without them, they are absolutely not in line with your highest and best good, and you want to learn to let them fall away. Open, willing, and ready, guide me into what that looks like. Because for many of us that have lived with narcissists, I really haven't. Thankfully, maybe I am the narcissist. I don't think so. Um, but many of us who've lived with narcissists are being told that we can't be anything without them. And many of us look to the others for our okayness because that's how we've been socialized, that we were nothing, that we that was true for me, but it came from within myself, not so much from without. But when you have that inner stuff and it's coming from someone outside you too, it can be very difficult to know what is you, what is them, and how do I pull away from someone that has been my puppet master most of my life. What does that look like? It looks like truly learning to love yourself, and being open, willing, and ready to be guided. One huge step would be shedding that pure love and joy. Again, you get to that heart swelled feeling inside you, and then you shed that, but it shed that on you. Your powerful love that you offer to the world. That is what you want to take into yourself. Start learning to love yourself. That is the beginning of regeneration after you've allowed to fall away those that seek to control and do not uplift and help you grow. Because in the spring, quote unquote, the spring of regeneration, which can be next week, truly, for you, you need to be able to grow. And if you've got someone standing on top of you, it's very hard to do that. So it is a time of regeneration in so many ways in the world. Nurturing. This is about Gaia. This is the Earth Magic cards. Nurturing Gaia. But this is nurturing you. What does that even look like? Sometimes it's the N word, the big N word that everybody wants you to use, that is so disempowering if you fail to use it. And that's no. It is okay for you to say no to others when it absolutely does not resonate with you, when it absolutely infringes upon you, when you must give up something that you need to move forward with. So the next card coming up is new life. Regeneration. Now we have new life. This is really what you're building, and what we want to be building right now is a new way of us walking in this world. And unfortunately, sometimes that means you must let others go. What does that look like? That looks like allowing them to have their truth with your boundaries in front of you. You know, that just doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't feel like something I want to do right now. So I'm going to have to say no. Whatever comes out of their mouth after that isn't for you to process. They will likely not be very happy with you, but it is so important that you do you, that you take care of you, that you nurture you so the new life can grow. You know, if you keep planting seeds in the soil that is used year after year after year after year, nothing is going to grow there. And that's what's happening to those of you who are allowing the narcissist in your life to control you. What does it look like to be out of that control? What does it look like to be under that control is probably a better way for you to walk in the next few days or weeks, because you probably don't even know what it looks like. And, you know, for some of us, some of you out there, maybe the narcissism energy is just a little bit in someone that you care about and want, you know, have been with. And it may be only just a little bit that you have to stop, and they'll be willing to allow that to happen. Narcissism doesn't come in just one degree of, you know, you're awful and I'm wonderful and you need to serve me energy. It can come in very little bits that erode your sense of self and your sense of self-love. If we do not love ourselves, we cannot love the others in the world. We cannot change the world if we do not love ourselves. So what does that look like? It's a very big subject, and unfoldment. It is unfolding in the world on so many levels. Can't really see the unfoldment, but that's what that is. You know, the lotus flower grows through muck and mud and pushes up through that to get to the top and open. That is literally what the person that is under the control of a narcissist, under the influence of a narcissist, is doing, pushing through the mud and the muck to make your way to the surface so you can truly unfold. I'm going to turn this down a little bit and see if you can see unfold. There it is, a little bit better. Unfoldment. It takes effort. You can't wish and hope. And, you know, many of you have been under strong narcissist control, feel absolutely drained and powerless. Inviting your angels, guides, companions, your power team, the tag collective, the galactic universe in, whatever you believe, that higher power to be named. And you may have no name for it. Let me give you a little bit of power in the understanding that you have a team that works with you. You do need to invite them in to give them permission to help you move forward. And then pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to signs. Again, they'll tap you on the shoulder when there's something there for you to grow with. So an awareness that makes you understand that, oh, that's the person that's a narcissist in my life. Whoa, I had no idea. Often we don't, because they're so embedded in our consciousness that we can't tell them from us. We just know we're under the influence. And being assertive is lovely. And if you've not been assertive, it will often start as aggression. And when you're beginning to spread or beginning to exercise your self love and beginning to exercise assertion, you will scream it out, and it will come out aggressively, and that is okay. It isn't necessarily how you want it to be. Assertiveness is just that place of power within you that says, no, that just isn't for me anymore. I appreciate that it works for you, but it no longer works for me. And sometimes you're going to have to say these things over and over in your head to hold your ground, because it's been a very long time that they have had ownership of you and your energy, and it needs to be done in order for you to truly expand, unfold, and become. And then exchanging gifts. This has to do with community. This is, there are people that can be there for you if you want them to be. There are people that can be everything that you don't have in your life for a period of time. This isn't saying that you have to depend on someone else. This is someone else saying to you, hey, you know what I noticed? I noticed that you look different now. What happened? And there's someone that can step in and help you grow with the gifts that they've got, the gift of insight. We often cannot see the forest for the trees when we are within ourselves. I have that same conundrum, in that it's like, I can't figure out a lot of the times what is the truth for me, because I'm too involved in it. So someone else can come along. And you may even have an idea already of someone in your life that can be the mirror for you, that can exchange their gifts with you to help you heal and grow and become more of what you desire and less of what you don't. It is an easy place, but not when you've been under the power and influence of someone else's control. And a narcissist absolutely wants to maintain control. And you can tell because they are not building you up, loving you, supporting you, helping you. They're controlling you. They're manipulating you. They're doing their best to keep you under their thumb. It is time to be done with that. And it can be little steps. It can also be a blow up in your life that says, that's it, I'm done, I'm gone. I am outside of this bubble now. You no longer can reach me. Place yourself in a golden cocoon of love. Just see that going around you so that you are protected in the energy of the unconditional love that is available. And that's just a visual you can use to pull yourself away from the narcissist in your life, in the world, those that would seek to control. How do you know self-love is not narcissism? Because self-love then wants others to love themselves. Self-love does not need the energy of someone else. They do not need to be in control of anyone else. They need to be nurturing themselves. And sometimes that means pulling away from someone else. But divine power that comes when you learn to love yourself always wants others to stand in their divine power. Sometimes that means you let someone go who goes, I can't be with you anymore. It's not something you want, but it's something that hurts. You let them go with love, because either, time will come when they enter your life again, or it was time to be done. Most relationships are transient. Bless the person that has been maybe less than a positive influence for the lessons, the learning opportunities they have offered you, and let them go with love. They may be screaming, I hate your guts in your face. That's not your circus, not your monkeys. It is only for you to cultivate love and peace and the desire for them to succeed however they need to in life. But it is no longer with your energy and with your resources. You are learning to love you, stand in your divine energetic power, and own the gifts you came into this world to offer. No longer under the thumb. I think we're complete for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle.